cool. Thanks for dropping me into a memory dive before I've even learned the basics of the regular game. Okay, seriously, what is with these highly compressed FMVs? This is PS4, goddammit! And it's not like you had to port the final mix cutscenes from PS2, you'd already done that for PS3! And then again for PS4! If you're gonna compress older cutscenes for the sake of flashbacks, at least convert them to a bitrate of more than 200 kilobytes per second!
Meanwhile, Donald and Goofy received a letter from Mickey asking them to find the holder of a certain key.
Are you freaking kidding me? This is another retread? Why are all Kingdom Hearts games released on Nintendo consoles a retread? Just release the games on Nintendo consoles, Squeenix!
The trio traveled together through many worlds, locking the world's keyholes in order to keep them safe from the encroaching darkness.
They also traveled to Deep Jungle, but they kinda hope you'll just forget about that one since they really don't care enough to get the video game rights back from Edgar Rice Burroughs' estate. I know this is picky as f***, and welcome to my channel, but for a game that's called Melody of Memory, a lot of these songs don't follow the melody, I found. Sometimes, like in the case of Hollow Bastion, they follow more the beat than anything else, which I understand Hollow Bastion is a hard song to hum to begin with, but that's just false advertising. You know what I noticed about this cutscene in particular? All the flashbacks to Kingdom Hearts 1 look really good, which kind of pisses me off more because of how the other cutscenes looked. It's not like they couldn't make those look as clean as these.
Hoping that we would never be separated again, I gave Sora my lucky charm.
That's how they get you, Kairi. You give them your lucky charm, hoping to never separate from them again, and then they never call after college. Honestly, I think these are really good recaps of the important story beats. Story beats of the series, but sometimes Kairi mentions a character that newcomers who you're supposedly relaying all this information to in the first place won't know. Like Zexion. Who the hell is Zexion? Why was he so important that you had to mention him, but not Marluxia and Sora's part of Chain of Memories? And who the hell is this Lupin the Third green versus red looking motherfucker? Wait a second, a rhythm game recreated the Neverland assets from 358? Looks sick! Why haven't we gotten a proper HD facelift, Squeenix? So, the only worlds that return from Kingdom Hearts 1 for the Kingdom Hearts 2 segment of the game were Halloween Town and Olympus Coliseum, which is a goddamn crime because the entirety of Atlantica was musical minigames in Kingdom Hearts 2, and you didn't even include Swim This Way, which was an original song for that game. Oh, but licensed songs? We can go out of our way for those. This is Halloween? No problem. Under the Sea? Forget it. Bibbidi bobbidi boo, give me a goddamn break. But you deprived myself, as well as thousands of others, nay, millions of finny f***ing fun, and that is a travesty I refuse to forgive. Xemnas' fight doesn't have that triangle matching segment. You know, the most iconic part of that fight and arguably his best known attack. Ew, recoded.
He defeated Sora's Heartless, the bug in the data that had corrupted the journal. That should have been the end of this journey.
See, even the rhythm game agrees that Recoded went on for too long. Okay, in all seriousness, I really hate Recoded, but to be fair, I gave it shit for being a retread of a retread, and although you don't technically play through all the worlds again, Melody of Memory is a quadruple thread, by retreading Kingdom Hearts 1, Chain of Memories, which retreads Kingdom Hearts 1, and Recoded, which retreads Kingdom Hearts 1, and Chain of Memories, which retreads Kingdom Hearts 1.
Master Ericus's 3 apprentices affirmed their bonds of friendship as they prepared for the Mark of Mastery exam.
Technically not true. That implies that all 3 of them were taking the exam, but only Terra and Aqua were, not Ventus. Oh, eat me, the encounter? Yeah, it's an awesome song, but only Aqua and Ventus fight Maleficent. You don't even have Unforgettable on this track list. You know, the song that plays during the fight against the Trinity Armor, a boss where all 3 main characters actually fight together. But then again, you had KH1 Sora, Donald and Goofy fighting Xemnas in KH2, so what the hell do I know? Speaking of which, is this game a ripoff of Sonic Heroes? Because, like, you have 4 different teams of 3 characters, all the teams control exactly the same despite making it seem like their moves are different even though they ultimately have the same effect. Every team can play through the same levels, and there's a final story segment after you play through all the stories. And not just that, I mean, look at the characters in the teams. You have Team Baby, which consists of the bright, smiley, spiky one always chasing after their love interest, the one that shouldn't fly but does versus the one that should fly but doesn't, and then the freakishly oversized house pet that acts as your defense. Then you have Team Edgy, consisting of an amnesiac that everyone thinks is cooler than the original protagonist, the one that the bad guys created that became besties with their respective teammates simply by hanging out with them and now wants revenge on the bad guys, and the sassy double agent, though you could also say that these 2 are the reason the team even exists, while these 2 are supposed to be dead but brought back by popular demand. Then of course there's Team We Were in One game, so now the devs think we need to be here for some reason, even though we stand out like a sore thumb because we're weird and also our popularity is very hit or miss. And finally you have Team Been Around from the Beginning and are the reason everyone else is here today, consisting of the blue leader, the yellow child, and the aggressive dumbass that gets tricked by the bad guy. Can someone explain to me why in the fresh hell, in a game that's all about music, do we not have the Symphony of Sorcery world from Dream Drop Distance? A world that was based on a movie that's not only a musical, but a film deliberately animated to music. It's not like they had to license the music either. It's in the public domain and you own your own arrangement of the compositions. What, is Beethoven gonna be mad they use his 6th Symphony in F major for a second time in a Kingdom Hearts game?
Riku continued deeper into Sora's dream, where he encountered those whose hearts were sleeping inside Sora's heart. Thanks to their help, Sora managed to wake up safe and sound, and Riku was made a Keyblade Master.
Which is still boosh, because even Kairi said earlier that the point of the exam was to lock the keyholes in the sleeping worlds, which Sora did. This isn't a competition where the only person who was able to do the extra credit passes the test.
Having fulfilled her duty as a Keyblade Master, Aqua watched the world regain its light before her eyes, as she fell to the depths of darkness.
Which still makes no sense to me. If she was on Destiny Islands as it was restored to the realm of light, why was she excluded from that? Okay, I just spent 3 hours trying to beat enough missions in order to unlock these songs. And I'm not gonna say it wasn't worth it. In all honesty, I do really like this game, but to only unlock 3 songs for completing 79.1% of the available missions feels kinda disappointing, especially when you have at least an album's worth of music that you didn't use.
To prepare for the final battle with Master Xehanort, Sora set out in search of a way to regain his power of waking. In Olympus, he learned to fight for someone with all his heart, and in Toy Box, he learned hearts can reside where you least expect them. In Twilight Town, he searched for clues about Roxas, and at the Laughter Factory in Monstropolis, he learned that Ventus resided within his heart. In Arendelle, he encountered a love true enough to thaw a frozen heart. In San Francisco, he saw hearts that were being constructed from data. In a fairy tale kingdom, he met one of the new 7 hearts.
What's the name of that kingdom, Kairi?
And in Toy Box,
Could it possibly be something starting with a C, ending with an Arona? Like seriously, it's not like it's the kingdom of COVID-19. You can still say Corona. Wait a second, Port Royal and the Caribbean aren't in the game either? I can only assume it's because of the Johnny Depp allegations, which even if they are true, it's not like Jack Sparrow did it. Or maybe it has to do with licensing actors' likenesses? But we still got Space Paranoids from Tron and Kingdom Hearts 2. Hell, we got the grid from Tron and Dream Drop Distance, and we don't see any of the characters. I get that for the Caribbean it's a bit more difficult because all the Kingdom Hearts 3 songs are played as memory dives where footage from the cutscenes plays in the background instead of the levels themselves, but what's Port Royal's excuse? What is it, because it's a real place? So is Paris from The Hunchback of Notre Dame and Dream Drop Distance, so you still put that in? And okay, if I'm being fair, where's 100 Acre Woods? It's not like it's a huge story element in any of the games, but it was still brought up at some point in every numbered entry. It's kind of weird that it's not here. And I mean, you had fucking Neverland like 3 times. Give other worlds a chance to shine. I can't tell if Let It Go is just so popular or if they realized that very few people cared about Arendelle's story in Kingdom Hearts 3 that they didn't even bother showing a montage of the cutscenes from it for this memory dive. ¿Por qué no los dos?
To stop Kingdom Hearts from unleashing its power, Sora went to the ancient city of Keyblade wielders, Scala ad Kylum, and the final battle began.
Wait, we don't get a Scala ad Kylum level either? We got the Keyblade graveyard like 3 times too! Why does this world get an introduction? It's not like we've never been here before. Also, not counting the 3 hours it took me to unlock those other songs, I am 7.5 hours into this game and we're just now experiencing new story developments. Oh god, first-person Kingdom Hearts would be terrifying. Imagine the VR. Ugh. Oh yeah, this thing! Remember this thing from the end of Kingdom Hearts 1 that we used once and never saw again until now? What a weird place to show up. Okay, I know that characters in this series are able to glide, but I don't think we'd ever actually seen anyone initiate a glide into a cutscene, and it just looks goofy as hell.
You're the one who keeps messing with my fate. If it weren't for everything that you've done, then Sora and everyone would be safe.
Well, to be fair, Sora is the only one that's missing. Everyone else is pretty okay from what I remember.
Ah, look who joined us.
Oh, so Kairi was Sora all along. I knew it. Also, that puts us at what? 12? Sora, not Sora, Kairi Sora, Puppet Sora, not Sora, Sora, not Sora, Digi Sora, Dream Sora, Chess Sora, Your Sora, Digi Sora Part 2, and now Kairi Sora Part 2? What the f is a Sora?
As I thought, your voice can't reach us here.
Which is just code for Haley Joel Osment wasn't available when we blew our budget on Christopher Lloyd, so we're just gonna recycle past Sora clips and not have him talking cutscenes. Wait, what? You made a classic version of Kingdom Hearts 3 Sora? That's sick! Why were we forced to play as Kingdom Hearts 1 Sora throughout the entire game? At least give us a Kingdom Hearts 2 alternate costume or something for Team Classic.
Before, when my heart and body were still united as one, I told you about what would happen if we were to fail. If you arrive in a world that's neither of light nor darkness, but somewhere on the other side, your task will be far from easy. That is the answer I have for you.
Well, that doesn't really help. She had that memory before you attacked us, and as a figment of her memory, I think you should know that. You're not giving us any new information.
Something else he said perplexes me. Your voice can't reach us. I'm certain of where your heart is.
You would assume that he's referring to the realm of darkness, but that clearly isn't the case here, wouldn't you say?
Where voices can't reach. The other side of our world. Of reality. Unreality. A fictional world.
Fictional?
I'm afraid such mysteries are beyond our comprehension.
What in the f*** are you talking about, Mr. I converted myself into data and placed myself inside of Sora's heart? You're the first one that should know about the datascape and about how fictional worlds work. You know those mods where they put SpongeBob and Grand Theft Auto and the cutscenes are made like 10 times funnier because of how ridiculous and out of place it is? That's what this cutscene is like, but it's the actual intended way this was meant to be presented.
The three realms of our world. Light, darkness, and between. These are all places we can travel to because they are on our side. This also includes the worlds of memories, data, and dreams.
Okay, but how are data and dreams not considered fictional? Hell, even some memories can be made up. Oh, give me a giant hug. Isn't the final world a place you're not supposed to be able to reach normally? You have to either be dead or have a strong heart, or however the hell Sora did it.
This is the final world. But there's no one here.
That's not true. Why don't you look closer?
Huh?
The stars. I never noticed.
Because they weren't there until literally just now.
I'm sure she's around here somewhere.
She?
And you can now check off pronoun game for Kingdom Hearts Bingo. Also, how does Fairy Godmother even know who this character is if she's supposed to be from a fictional world that nobody else knows about?
I'm not sure exactly what's happening. But if Sora is in trouble, I want to help. Please let me know what you need from me.
Thanks.
Riku, you might want to let this person know that you plan on using your Keyblade to open a portal from her heart into Quadratum, because right now it looks like you're threatening to blast the shit out of her.
I want to go.
Kairi, that's not...
Yeah, I know. I want to go with you. But I know that I can't. I need to finish training.
Maybe I just have a practical mindset, but wouldn't it be better for her to get out there and have some real world, or, fictional world experience? That's how Riku and Sora did it. Hell, Riku did it with a master, Mickey. Now that he's a master, why not have Riku take care of Kairi as she gives him backup?
Riku went alone? But that's way too dangerous! I have to go after him now! Wow!
Do not be hasty, Mickey.
But Master Yen said, he's all alone in a world we know nothing about!
Well, A, he's a Keyblade Master now and has been for at least a year, and B, it's not like he's never been in a world he doesn't know anything about before.
I have had enough of this!
Hey everyone, Charai5 here. Thanks so much for watching my CINEMASINS pastiche of everything wrong with Kingdom Hearts Melody of Memory. I'd like to thank my supporters on Patreon and my channel members. If you want to be featured in future videos, then consider helping me out a little bit each month, or hit that join button. To those who do support, stay awesome. You guys should head on over to CINEMASINS, the awesome people that I pastiche. They also host sister channels that cover music videos, brands, and other topics. If you have some time, why not check out everything wrong with Kingdom Hearts Remind? Until next time, stay safe and stay awesome. This is Charai5, signing off.